can't wait.
I
had a great one today.
What was it?
This ain't a scene, no, it's a arms race.
You know what?
What?
That's my least favorite Fall Out Boy song.
Shut up.
Yes.
That song gets
immediately,
me ready to run through a brick
immediate skip.
wall.
I can listen to Infinity on High, that album, on repeat for hours. And every time that song, Arms Race, comes on, I have to skip it.
Oh, hey, speaking of exciting music news, you know what comes out today, right? The River Beat lineup.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't know what time.
We were
can't
just talking about
10 a.m. So we'll be off.
Talking off air about that. DJ Q was up here on Monday, Hot 107 program director. We were talking about the River Beat lineup and who people might want to see and who might be there and whatnot. So yeah, that'll be good. You don't know what time, so
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Oh, come on, River Beat.
Yeah, come on. Don't you want to?
Do the show
on our show?
Do the show is solid.
Come on.
Just let us like slow leak some of these. Like show us the list and then let us say, hey, you guys can pick 3 people. 3 people to announce that are coming. That would be cool. Who do you want?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's a great answer to a question on talk show. I don't know.
But it's the truth, and we hadn't really started yet.
No.
But under the radar act, you might be excited to see Kid Rock.
Jacob, get out of here.
That's a good one.
Jacob.
I mean, Kid Rock is pretty under the radar.
I would
Think
really
about
like.
it. Think
She would
about
never
it.
come in a million years, but that Ray.
Okay.
In my opinion, like similar energy to Olivia Dean, who's absolutely taken off, but I think Ray is better. There's quite a few.
Gotcha.
If I looked at my list of music that I'm listening to at this exact moment.
Okay. I'm trying to get to Kid Rock. What are we calling under the radar? Like Benny the Butcher. Benny the Butcher's got 2.6 million subscribers, but like I think Benny the Butcher would be cool to get. Kid Rock is on the radar. Nobody's listening to him.
What's up, everybody? It is Thursday, February 19th. It is going to be a good day. Jessica Benson with you from the Grind City Media Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. CJ Hurt behind the glass. Coming up on today's show, the NBA returns from the All-Star break. The Grizzlies return tomorrow, but they were back at practice yesterday. We got injury updates, John Morant, KCP, and others. We will get into that. Had a crazy night in college basketball. Darius Acuff went off for Arkansas in a loss to Alabama, one of the best games of the college basketball season. We'll get into all the hoops news. Teresa Walker will join us as she does each and every Thursday. Catch up with her about college basketball, the NBA, everything else. The Winter Olympics continue, just 4 days left. We had Skimo debut this morning. A big hockey win for the USA men yesterday. The USA women in the gold medal match later today. Busy day ahead. We'll do some theater Thursday. Jacob Elordi, rumored to be a potential candidate to be the next James Bond. And I say heavily on the rumored based on the sourcing, but CJ and I will discuss potential Bond candidates that could be good, some other movie news along the way. It is a Thursday. We are one day closer to Friday. You know what we say. Did you know 12% of Americans think that Noah's Ark, and Joan of Arc were married?
No.
Open the schools!
No, that's not true.
I saw it in a...
Are you ready to transform your pool into a stunning oasis? At Mainland Pool Service, they're a family-owned business committed to keeping your pool looking pristine all year round. They believe that pool care should be proactive, not reactive, which is why their skilled team handles everything from routine cleaning to complex issues with precision. They prioritize clear communication and personalized solutions to exceed your expectations. Join the Mainland Pool Service family today and experience the difference their expertise and dedication can bring to your relaxation retreat. Contact them now at mainlandpoolservice.com.
I risk my life to tell y'all these truths.
Cat Williams is back. Brand new material, a new tour, and the same legendary laughter he's delivered for decades.
Nick Cannon got 136 children, Jesus. Did you know that?
Always classic, always Cat.
White people are friendly. You can call them at 3 o'clock in the morning with the wrong number and they won't even be mad at you. Hello? No, I'm sorry. No Shaquita here.
The Golden Age Tour, March 6th in FedEx Forum. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
Hey Grind City, got uninvited house guests? When it comes to bugs, we don't bluff. we Terminex it. Don't let a pest problem spin out of control. Our pest-free 365 Plus plan protects against up to 39 different kinds of pests. Even better, Grizz fans can take $50 off by visiting Terminex.com and enter code SAVE50. Terms apply. With more than 95 years of experience squashing pest issues big and small, we're set to square off against the toughest bugs out there.
How are you able to release and have an instrumental song become a huge deal?
And I forget who the disc jockey was, but he put the wrong side on. He put the Green Onions by mistake and played the B side instead of the A side.
No!
And that's when the change happened. These people started to call the station and say, play that song again.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Own the 2025-26 Grizzlies season with the 10-game Flex Pack, the ultimate way to catch all the action on your terms. Choose your favorite matchups from intense rivalries to weekend thrillers and customize your pack to fit your schedule. With 10 games to pick, you'll never miss the moments that matter most. Visit Grizzlies.com/packs today to build your perfect ticket pack and cheer on the Grizzlies your way. It's your team, your season, and your schedule. So don't miss out.
Now that's the new edition way.
I feel like there's another level we can take it to.
What you think, Mike?
2 steps ahead of you, Slick.
What's good, bro?
What you doing, man?
I'm in.
Woman, you don't even know what I'm getting ready to ask you.
Here's the vision. All 3 of us on the same stage every night.
Gonna be crazy.
No barriers, no separation.
It'll be like 9 kings and a queen.
The next level starts now.
Feels great to feel the sunshine. Gotta own a day like it's all mine. Just got paid in his own time. Been working hard, I've been on the grind. I deserve this feeling, having my way. I've been on this healing. This is my day. The sun's out, let's have a little fun now. I wanna let it all out. That's what it's all about. Cause I deserve this feeling, having my way. I deserve this healing. This is my day.
Grind City Media presents The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. Live from the Grind City Media Studios on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Busy day to get into. We had a wild night of college basketball last night that I am very excited to talk about because the next few months are all about the road to March and the road to the NBA draft for a lot of guys. And looking at Darius Acuff's performance last night was quite fun. But we, of course, have to start with the NBA because it returns today. The All-Star break is over. Home stretch is on. 10 games in the NBA tonight. The Grizzlies come back tomorrow with their game against the Utah Jazz here at FedEx Forum at 20-33. The Memphis Grizzlies, currently in 11th in the West, 4.5 games behind the Clippers in 10th, 2 games ahead of the Mavs in 12th. For the Grizzlies, of course, it is more about how to get to 12 or lower than it is to get into the play-in tournament. God forbid. But the Grizzlies did return to practice yesterday, and we did get some injury updates. First, post-All-Star break practice for the team. They will practice again today. Coach Isola wanted to get in a night practice yesterday coming off of the break. And we did find out a couple formal injury reports and then some comments from Coach Isola on some other injuries too. So the 2 formal injuries that we got courtesy of Grizzlies PR last night. John Morant will be reevaluated in 2 weeks. He is progressing in his rehab from the UCL sprain in his left elbow, continues to experience discomfort. So 2 more weeks there. And then Kenny Caldwell-Pope is having pinky surgery. That sounds painful. A little pinky surgery, but he is progressing, he has surgery today to address misalignment in that right pinky. He is expected to make a full recovery. And then at practice, Coach Isola mentioned that official update should be coming from the team on Zach Edey and Brandon Clark. And then Cedric Coward and Santi Aldama were at practice yesterday, but they did not participate as they both continue to deal with their knee injuries. Do the injury reports, CJ, sting just a little bit less these days?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, the PR email came last night, and I said,
expect it when people are having random surgeries on other teams.
It's a great time for vets to have some surgeries.
If you're not contending and you're not making a legitimate push, why not have some of these aches and bruises. Things, let me be clear, things that I feel confident saying people would play through, not here, but in the league. People would try and find a way to play through. If you're not playing for anything, why not get that stuff taken care of right now?
Like the Kings shut down Sabonis and Levine yesterday. Levine with a season-ending
hand surgery,
tendon injury in his hand, and then Sabonis had the torn meniscus in his left knee, which of course is a little more serious.
I'm waiting on the, hey, this prominent player for the Grizzlies, we're going to shut him down for the season. Whichever one it is, it's coming. It just doesn't make sense to me for you to have somebody come back in this type of a season who's going to impact winning in any sort of way, especially if you know what that person is. There are a couple of those on this team who is like, oh, I know exactly what you are. You don't need any more growth and development. You need to get healthy. So why don't we go ahead and do everything we can to get you healthy right now, and then wait till next season and you can start the ramp up process in the offseason. That'll be fine.
I think there are two caveats to that. One is I do look forward to seeing when hopefully Cedric Coward is able to return. He had to miss the All-Star festivities. Yes.
You don't know what Cedric Coward is. He's got to play.
Exactly.
Right.
It's of utmost importance. And I'll say the same for Zach Edey. I would love to see Zach Edey come back this season and to see Cedric Coward and Zach Edey play together and start gaining that chemistry on the court together. The more games they can play, the sooner, the better. Because this thing, as it shifts into the retool or the next era or whatever you want to call it, is focused on those young players. And so it is figuring out, okay, how do they excel? Where do they excel together? How does this all work with them? And then figuring out the pieces around that too. So I think it is important to figure out, all right, when can Cedric Coward come back? And then the other piece is Ja Morant. Like, that will just continue to be a big question for this team. And I know now the can gets kicked down the road and he is dealing with discomfort that keeps him out for another 2 weeks. And after 2 weeks, we'll find out if it's another 2 weeks or if we do eventually see Ja Morant play this season. And there is value in seeing Ja Morant back on the court, not of course from a winning perspective, but because of what you saw at the trade deadline and giving him the opportunity to get back out on the court, put more current games on tape and say, hey, this is who I still am as a player. This is the value that I produce. You see the value in a variety of other ways. I think it is worth pointing out the two interviews that have come out the last couple of days from both Cedric Coward and Jalen Wells, where both have talked pretty glowingly of Ja Morant. And you see that often with teammates of Ja, like the team rides for him from that standpoint. Cedric Coward in an interview yesterday said, quote, and of course these interviews happened over the course of All-Star weekend, he said, if you want to say all the negative connotations about him, referring to Ja, you're dead wrong and you need to keep your thoughts to yourself. Ja is one of the best people I've ever met, one of the best people to be around. And then you had Jalen Wells talk about what a great leader he is, said his career wouldn't be the same without Ja, without Jaren. And those are important things to look at. Like, his teammates love him and are going out of their way to talk positively about their experience in playing with Ja, especially these younger guys. And again, that all goes towards the value of a player. And so we will wait and see if there is a different update in 2 weeks. Obviously, for now, it will be another 2 weeks without Ja Morant. And
I don't think it's.
You think it's done?
I don't think it's going to be a different update.
You don't think it's different? You think it's going to be? Is it going to be a continuous 2 weeks, or is it going to be
I don't know. Like shut it down and have surgery.
Do you keep the door open? You're waiting for that one.
I'm waiting for that one. Hey, he's had season-ending surgery. So maybe you go, hey, wait 2 weeks, then wait 2 more weeks. Now we're at a month. Now the season's almost over. It's like, hey, he's got to have minor surgery. Sorry, y'all. He'll be out for the rest of the season. All right, do it like that. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's my guess based off just what else is happening to teams in similar positions as the Grizzlies right now. I would think that he's done for the season. We look forward to seeing him whenever he comes back, but I guess next season it'll be going.
We will see how the Grizzlies look tomorrow. And more importantly, we are looking at, and I hate to say that, but it is true, the focus really is on draft prospects. I think we decided to call it Draft Darling Watch 2026.
I can't remember.
Do we like the alliteration?
Draft Darling?
Yeah.
Double D Watch. I love Double D Watch. I love a good, I love some Double Ds.
Sold in that moment.
Double D Watch.
Get out of here. The Double D Watch
of
the 2026 NBA Draft is upcoming. That double overtime game last night between Arkansas and Alabama was awesome. Alabama won 117-115. One of the best games of the college basketball season thus far. I was really impressed with Phylon for Alabama, who had 35.7 assists in the win, and Alabama did get the win. But the star of last night's game was Arkansas's Darius Acuff, who went off for 49 points on 16 of 27 shooting, 6 of 10 from 3, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. Here is my favorite stat. He played all 50 minutes of last night's game, and that was the big 3 to tie the game, to send it into the first overtime. Most points by an Arkansas freshman ever, second most points by an Arkansas player, period. And again, played every single minute of that game, had just one single turnover. To be that efficient, shooting 59% from the field, like, this guy's a killer. He is and you see the trust that Calipari has in him. Some are saying already that this is the best guard that John Calipari has ever coached, which is quite the compliment. And there's still season to be played and opportunities to see more from Acuff. But just watching him, he jumps off the screen. And I thought the greatest thing you heard from Calipari last night was in his post-game press conference talking about Acuff's performance. He said he was actually in a boot for 2 days going into this game, and he still did this. And Cal asked him, he said, hey, do you think you're going to have to miss this game? And he said Acuff's answer to him was, are you nuts? You can't coach that. You can't teach that. Like, that's just someone who wants to go out and hoop. Like, he's in a boot for 2 days, but he knows this is a big game, and he wants to show up, and he wants to play all 50 minutes in it. And you watch just how important. That was an undermanned Arkansas team last night against Alabama. They needed him to play all 50 minutes. He had the chance to win it at the end of the first overtime, came up short on a jumper, and they had cleanup opportunities both on that and on his bucket at the end of or a shot attempt, I should say, at the end of the second overtime that would have tied it. And they missed both of those cleanup opportunities. But, whew, Darius Acuff.
Yeah, if you want a point guard who can go out there and fill it up from a bucket getting standpoint, like, you'd be hard pressed to find a better one in today's college basketball game. He is so good getting to the rim, and he is a beyond legitimate threat from 3, right?
At one point, they're like, he's shooting 44% from 3 this season, and Chris was doing the dishes up in the kitchen, and he goes, what'd they just say? I was like, 44% from 3. He goes,
last game he shot 7 or 10 from 3. It's to the point to where when he shoots it from 3, you're like, oh yeah, that's going in. That's going in. And because he's so good from 3, and because he can get by you and finish through contact and just get by you and just finish at the rim, makes him a really tough matchup on the offensive end for him, your defensive end. Like, watching that last night was fun, was special. I stayed up to watch it because it was a game that came on before BYU and Arizona.
They had to put that on ESPN News for a hot second.
And like, it comes to with 2 minutes left in the second half, in the first half, excuse me. It's like, oh man, well, I done missed that whole half of basketball. Oh well. Arkansas, Alabama was beyond good. It was one of the better college basketball games I've seen this season, which there was a bit more defense being played, but I don't mind it. Like, when you're out there scoring at an elite
teams
level,
making elite shots in big moments, one after another.
I looked at it as, oh boy, these guys can't stop a nosebleed. What the hell are they going to do when they have to play Michigan
Neither
or
of those
Houston,
teams have
or
a whole lot of defensive
Duke,
fortitude.
Or like what's going to happen in, maybe not in the Sweet 16, but what's going to happen in the Elite 8? Maybe before then. Maybe they get matched up with one of these feisty little mid-majors, and that team comes out there and plays tremendous defense. Like, hey, what are you going to do? Can you get a stop late? But yeah, it was good. I enjoyed watching it. Typically, especially this time of the season, other times of the season, I'll watch with an eye on, like, oh, that player pops off the screen. I wonder what he's going to do from an NBA standpoint. But right now, when I'm watching these, it's all about the tournament action. I've been filling out fake brackets all week, baby. I can't wait for it to get going.
It was interesting that on a night where Darius Acuff plays all 50 minutes, and that is a storyline coming out of the game, one of the other top prospects' availability was once again a major topic of conversation in college basketball, with Darryn Peterson and Bill Self indicating last night that Peterson might have pulled himself out of Kansas's game after playing just 18 minutes. He takes this 3, and then you can see him turn to Self, and he goes out shortly after that, doesn't return to the game. He did have 23 points in those 18 minutes. 23 points in 18 minutes.
My man had 23 and 18.
When he is on the court.
After making the three.
Yes.
He made that three.
Yes, he did.
After making it, he said, hey, coach.
I'm out.
Get me out of here.
Peace. What's that meme where it's like the peace sign and the guy just disappears?
I know what you're talking about. The dude with the
Peterson.
the dreads
yes,
or whatever.
That's
yeah.
Peterson.
Yeah.
Like, hits the three. I'm out. Bye. Kansas did win the game by double digits, but Self was pretty pointed in his comments after it. He said he was disappointed that Peterson didn't play in the second half, said that he didn't anticipate that, thought that he was good to go. And it does again beg the question of who is dictating how many minutes
He's
Darryn
dictating.
Peterson
What
is
do you mean
playing.
the question? We know who's dictating it. He is. Anytime you shoot the three, hold it, make it, look over your shoulder, say, coach, get me out. You're dictating when you play. We know now. We know.
It's there.
We see it.
Feels pretty obvious.
And this isn't the first time it's happened.
No.
This has been all season.
And it's not just the games he's missed, obviously. It's the games where it's been a case like this. I think back to the BYU game where he doesn't play the second half there, or played a couple minutes and then didn't play the rest of the way. And it leaves you feeling so conflicted about this player who, when he is on the 23 points in 18 minutes,
I don't know
looks like the clear number one pick in the draft.
What's conflicted about that?
And then he says, I'm good. And I understand protecting yourself. I understand we're in a new world. I thought the panel that was discussing it last night had interesting takes on it in the business side, and his teammates probably understand exactly what is going on right now. But still, on a night where it is so crystal clear, like the juxtaposition of this potential generational player pulling himself out of a game versus Darius Acuff playing for 50, which feels like a Hooper's dream. Like, coach, you want me to play all 50 minutes? I got you. I'm in there. I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to hit the big three at the end of regulation. You're going to trust me to have the ball in my hands. It's not going to work out. We're going to fall short. But, like, God, I put everything on the line for this team, everything on the line for this game. And then Darryn Peterson's like, I'm going to watch the rest of this one from the bench.
I did my job. Coach,
I did my job. I go home.
Coach, hey, I played 18 minutes. I dropped 23 points on him. Get your boy out. I did my job. I'm good. It is, somebody should absolutely draft Peterson. Somebody in the first two picks should 1,000% draft that young man. I hope it's not my favorite team, though, right? Like, that's where it is. Because you recognize how good he is. You know that there's something generational there.
Yes.
But, like,
you can convince yourself because you see it on when he plays, you're like, I understand why you just couldn't say no to this opportunity of this kind of a player.
But you don't want that on your favorite team. You want the talent. You don't want the, like, hey, I'm looking out for me. Because he's already got that mentality, and he hasn't gotten the second contract yet, right? Like, dudes coming to the NBA, and they're so happy to be here. They're elated. They got that rookie deal. We all love them. And then slowly but surely, they realize, oh, I'm really good at this. The team realizes I'm really good at this. They're going to give me this contract. And with all of that money they're paying me, I get the power. And then they start flexing that player power. And he's flexing player power with NIL money, not with NBA money. So you know if he get drafted by, I don't know, the Wizards or somebody like that, right? The Kings. Let's just say he gets drafted by the Kings. The second he gets that second contract, oh, he's going to be a headache to deal with. He is. Y'all better build this whole thing around me, tip to bottom. I mean, I want the players. I want them to have decisions on what the concession snacks are going to be. I want to know what the dance routine is at halftime of the games. I want all of that. Give that to me. But generational. And he's generational against other generational players.
I was going to say, I think it would be even more cut and dry if this draft wasn't so stacked. And before we get to Teresa Walker, this crossed my page last night, and it does just point out the unique potential of how good this draft class could be. And by no means does single game performance dictate you are going to be a forever all-NBA player. However, you look at the big games from some of this year's potential lottery picks, and you of course have Acuff's 49 last night. You had the Wagler 46-point game against Purdue back on January 24th, along with 9 threes made in that game, shooting 76% from the field. Michael Brown Jr.'s game against NC State, where he had 45 points, 9 rebounds, made 10 threes in that game. AJ DeBonsa, 43 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists against Utah back on January 24th. And Kingston Fleming's 42 points, 6 assists against Texas Tech on January 24th.
Sure, those, like you said, one game does not a season make, does not a player career make. But you juxtapose that with all that they've done throughout the course of the season. You brought up Brown Jr., who's coming off a National Player of the Week honors in a week where he had 37.6 rebound average, 37.6 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, on nearly 60% shooting from the field and nearly 70% shooting from 3. You brought up Flemings. Here's what he's done against ranked teams this year. 22 against Auburn, 25 against Tennessee, 21 against Arkansas, 23 against Texas Tech, 42 against BYU, 42 against Texas Tech, 19 against BYU, 22 and a loss against Iowa State, right? Like, these dudes are just out here hooping the entirety of the season. Yeah, the one-off games are cool, but they are really, really good. And that's setting up for quite possibly the most talented March Madness that we will have seen post-2000. It's going to be great.
We will take a quick break here. We'll come back. We'll get Teresa Walker's thoughts on all of that. Plus, the end of the Missouri-Vanderbilt game was nutty last night. We'll talk to her about college basketball, NBA returning tonight, and more after a quick break.
Own the 2025-26 Grizzlies season with the 10-game Flex Pack, the ultimate way to catch all the action on your terms. Choose your favorite matchups from intense rivalries to weekend thrillers and customize your pack to fit your schedule. With 10 games to pick, you'll never miss the moments that matter most. Visit Grizzlies.com/packs today to build your perfect ticket pack and cheer on the Grizzlies your way. It's your team, your season, and your schedule. So don't miss out.
Nate Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzlies stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis.
The long goodbye begins. A very special evening with Journey. Final Frontier Tour. Journey. Tickets are on sale now at journeymusic.com. Your chance to say goodbye to the songs that changed our lives. Journey. Final Frontier Tour.
Big Ben Bennett, do you have your new football coach over in Nashville?
We do, yes. Robert Saleh. This is why I'm stoked. Starting in 2019, number 2 total defense, number 5 total defense, number 3 total defense, number 4 total defense, number 3 total defense, number 3 total defense. This dude's going to have a good defense. Like, he's going to be able to turn their defense around, which has obviously been an issue.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Welcome Welcome back. It is Thursday. That means it's time to catch up with one of our favorites, Teresa Walker of the Associated Press. She joins us every Thursday. She joins us now. Teresa, how are you this fine morning?
I am okay. I mean, you know, we're past Valentine's Day. We're coming into the end of the Olympics. NBA's getting ready to crank back up again from All-Star Weekend. And guys, that was actually, maybe they have hit on a format for the All-Star game to make it enjoyable. Now, if they can just figure out something with the dunk contest, because never mind. But and you know what? This time next week, NFL Combine, baby. The new league year is coming at like a freight train going 90 miles an hour down the track.
Teresa, we got more important stuff to talk about.
Sure.
But
Yes, we do.
I do find it interesting. It's something. I don't know what it is, but it is something. It's 319 young men who were invited to the Combine. And I went through because of HBCU Huddle. One of the big stories is no HBCU player got a Combine invite. But I went through and counted how many FCS players got the invite, and it was only 4. And then I went through and counted how many non-power conference players got invited. And I think it was 19 by my count. So there's something there. 319 people get invited. 300 of them are from the power conferences. And I'm not sure if the NFL is doing a good enough job of scouting. But again, we've got things to get through too, Teresa. But go ahead.
Real quick, it's not about the scouting. What have we seen in the college football ranks, college sports ranks? Players being recruited from lower level schools to go to the power conferences because coaches in the Big Ten, SEC, you name it, they're using the lower levels and lower conferences as their talent pools. It's like, I've got a guy gone. I need a guy with experience. I'll go get this offensive lineman from Sacramento State, North Dakota State, something like that, and then bring them into the SEC. And that's why we're seeing, I think, that concentration of power, because college is already doing it.
That makes
that does make sense. I'll need to go back through now and see
who
transferred and where they transferred from. Jessica made us wait until we came on air.
We were discussing the quagmire that is Darryn Peterson and his "I'm out, coach" moment last night for Kansas, which has become synonymous with his season for Kansas. You have Kansas fans looking at Acuff's 50 minutes last night and saying, we want you to do that. Why can't you do that? Why can't you play in 50 minutes? It might be a hyperbole in this case, but they would love to see Darryn Peterson play entire games, all the games for Kansas, have a similar approach of treating this regular season of college basketball with the utmost importance and the care factor of wanting to be on the court for his team. You said during the break, in a draft that is potentially as loaded as this one appears to be, why would a team risk it for someone like Darryn Peterson, who is developing this kind of reputation throughout this season of college basketball?
A guy who already has a reputation of DNP. The talent is amazing, but then this is a deep potentially pool. And I looked at Nate Ament's numbers. He's a freshman at UT. He's potentially a lottery pick. He's been playing his way back up, had a career high, or tied his career high last night with 29 points. He's averaging 30.4 minutes played per game. And Tennessee's got a fairly deep roster, so it's like, they're playing. Michaela Blake's at Vanderbilt on the female side. She has not played less than 33 minutes a game since the calendar flipped over to the SEC slate. She's played a bunch of 40-minute games this season. And if I'm a potential, GM coach, I'm looking at this kid, and how much have we seen in Memphis just injuries be an issue, availability? And your availability, what you're doing in the college ranks, if you're an athlete, if you're a writer, if you're a broadcaster, what you're doing now tells your potential future boss what you might be in the future. You think you've got a button that suddenly you turn it on, I'm available, whatever you need, coach. I'm in the NBA. I can make my job and do everything. No. You're showing me what you can do now. And if your body is so fragile that you can't play more than 18 minutes a game at Kansas in the college ranks, how are you going to handle an 82-game NBA schedule?
All right, here we go. We're in a boardroom.
Lined up, baby.
You're executive general manager. You're a general manager. I'm the custodian. Just walked in accidentally taking out the trash, right? You guys,
you're an executive VP, baby.
You got executive VP of taking out the trash. Exactly. You guys stop me when we get to a place where you say, okay, this far down, I'd take them. AJ DeBansta, Cameron Boozer, Caleb Wilson, Kingston Flemings, Mikael Brown Jr., Keaton Wagler. You guys stop me at any moment.
I was going to stop after. Realistically speaking, from a what did you make me?
You're executive VP.
Executive of the world?
GM.
You're GM.
Yeah.
I would have stopped you after the first two.
Okay. So
I think it's hard.
AJ and Boozer.
Yes.
Teresa hadn't stopped me
I know.
yet. So,
No, and I'm not gonna. I'm going to find somebody else. I'll go maybe there.
Maybe after Acuff. Between Acuff and Fylan. So 10.
I don't think he gets out of the top 10, but this is not helping him. No. I mean, I'm sorry, you are being paid now. This is your resume. When they say your tape is your resume, that means now, baby. That means the college ranks.
He can change it all if he goes to if Kansas is in the NCAA tournament and he makes a crazy run. We see resumes built in March all the time.
Absolutely. And you know what? Take a scroll through, just look up Peterson's name this morning. And there are people already joking about him not playing in the second half of an Elite Eight game. So that's the reputation he has built around himself. So does he have time to dissipate that and build a deeper resume? Absolutely. But he's playing at Kansas. We're not talking about some lower level school that hopes to be a Cinderella. He is playing at a program that has a pretty strong history for a coach who has a good resume, and they can't get him on the court. I personally have written a couple of stories about him not being able to get on the court, helping out my guy who covers Kansas this year. I mean, it's like there's just too much drama there. Again, I'm going to find somebody else. I don't think he falls out of the lottery. And yes, he's got plenty of time to fix it. You better get busy.
Right. Okay, I have another perhaps sports talk show baited question for you, we'll call it, which we try to stay away from. But I did see Tony Jones at The Athletic last night as Acuff is going off, tweeted that one of Keaton Wagler, Nate Amnett, Darius Acuff, Mikael Brown, or Kingston Flemings is going no higher than 9 in this draft, insinuating just how deep this draft is and how wild it is that one of those guys could go outside of the top 9. Keith Smith has responded and said, rarely how it goes, but this draft class is shaping up to be so loaded that someone could return to school for an extra year and almost lock in being the number 1 pick in 2027. Is there any universe, Teresa? I feel like that would be entering the upside down. But because you do have the opportunity to make money now in the college game, I guess technically someone could look at that opportunity.
We just haven't seen it yet. You're absolutely right. We're already in the upside down. I mean, what started this all back in the day? The one and dones. It's like, oh, they're going to the NBA. We've got to do something. You got to be at least 19. You've got to do this. You've got to do that. But now that they're being paid, and with NIL and all this and the house settlement, you can make money. And if they tell you, it's like, guy, you can be the number 1 next year if you just sit and wait, work on your game. I mean, maybe a kid like Nate Ament, just to use an example. It's like you want to play. You see what Rick Barnes has got coming in next season, and you want to be a part of that. The guy who helped Kevin Durant make it to the NBA, and you want to maybe work on your defense a little bit more, gain 10, 15 more pounds, and see what you can do in another year, and absolutely improve your stock from 9, 10, 12, 13, and go up to 1 next year. It's not easy for a young person to do that, but if you can show him, dude, you will be the number 1 pick no matter who, then yeah, I could see that because they're not having to worry about paying for pizza anymore.
You could at one point in time be drafted and come back if you hadn't signed with an agent, right? Am I
now you can play in the G League and come back for a week.
So what's to stop somebody like, because I have this thought all the time watching Arizona with Coet and Burries, both of them. Just what if they don't like where they end up? Can they then just say, don't draft me because I'm not coming to play there. I'll go back to college. We've seen it happen in other sports.
Yeah.
We saw John Elway, I do believe, did it, where it was like, hey, if you draft me, I'm going to go play baseball. And then I'll come back and re-enter the draft. But what if that happens? They can do that, and then why wouldn't you want to flex that? Bringing it back to the first part, what if Peterson is like, yo, who drafted me? Nah, I'm not going there, dog. I'll be back in college next year.
God.
That would be incredibly ironic for him to do that. But that's the thing, that is the empowering part of players being paid in the college levels, because that gives them some modicum of freedom that they did not have before.
Leverage.
Yes, why did we hear these kids saying, I've got to go? It's because, by and large, most of these young men, either they wanted the opportunity or they needed to go for their family because they literally needed to make money. So now the financial pressure, do you want to make lots more money when you can? Absolutely. But it gives them the freedom that they used to never have to say, what's best for me? Do I want to go play for this team? I don't think so. I just stay here for a year.
I do hope it happens to my Michigan Wolverines. There are a couple of dudes late in the first round, Mara and Mo Jr.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they both decide, nah, we just gonna come back.
That's what I'm just grateful. Elijah Arenas looks like he'll probably go one more year, and USC needs him desperately, as can be seen by him not playing last night in their game against Illinois. It was a massive college basketball night last night, Teresa, and I don't want this conversation to end without saying, what the hell happened at the Vanderbilt-Missouri game last night? Because I saw that Missouri was up on Vanderbilt 21 points with 9 minutes to play in that game, and they almost lost. They almost lost the game. Vandy hit a three with a couple seconds left on the clock, and then Missouri turned over the ensuing inbounds. Here it is. 3 hit rolls. It's 81-80 Missouri. Missouri gets the ball under the basket. Vanderbilt hoping for a prayer, and they almost get one. Vanderbilt intercepts it with the heave and like a couple inches off.
Hit iron.
It would have been perhaps one of the most bizarre losses, one of the worst losses of all time.
Oh, absolutely. Vanderbilt has started doing some stuff that Tennessee has done a lot of this year. Tennessee's problem is they get big leads and blow them in the second half. Vanderbilt has been falling behind. They were down 21 in that game, and then they claw their way back. So they get some points for clawing their way back. They've got to stop falling behind like that. So that's their issue that they've got to fix. They've done it a lot in the last couple of weeks. I mean, I think it was Oklahoma on the 7th, in Nashville. Vanderbilt was behind in that game, a team they absolutely should have won, shouldn't have been close, and yet they had to claw their way back, made it a game in the final minute, and came up short. So it's like they've got to figure that out soon because, it's like they're good. At this point, Tennessee comes to Memorial Gym on Saturday, and Tennessee's on a little bit of a roll now. They seem to be figuring out how to hold on to leads in the second half, but Vanderbilt's got to work through this and stop falling behind so much and start games better because they know how to finish. And they just need to not be in such a deep hole, but they don't quit. I mean, that's the fun thing about Mark Byington's second season. They do not quit. And if they can just get at least Duke Miles back, maybe by the start of March, that would be a very good thing because that makes them very dangerous.
They play Tennessee soon, don't they?
Saturday. I just said, CJ, Saturday in Memorial.
I apologize. My humblest of apologies. I'm sorry. Who you like in that game, Teresa? See, this is why I'm the VIP of trash taken out.
Well, that's the thing. At this point, it's a toss-up because Tennessee can't hold leads. Vanderbilt falls behind and doesn't see any lead as too big to climb and take down. So that may be another last-second shot. And watching that Missouri game last night, it felt like when Jerry Stackhouse found a way to come back against Tennessee in Nashville, down 8 with like 55 seconds left. And they walked out of Memorial with that win in that game against the Vols because they just found a way to make plays. And for people who tell me, oh, this game's over with a minute or two left, I'm like, you don't watch much basketball, do you? No, not really.
Teresa, before we let you go, the Titans officially introduced Brian Daboll yesterday with a media appearance. Did anything stand out to you most of his comments, especially with his opportunity to work with Cam Ward coming up?
Well, the relationship that he built a year ago. So I think that, for your new offensive coordinator walking through the door, he had a top 30 visit with Cam last year, dinner with his family in Miami last year, all sorts of stuff. So he's got that base of, so it's not walking into a room saying, hi, remember me, I'm Brian. So there is that familiarity. And he says he has watched what he did at Washington State, Miami. So he's got a base of knowledge about Cam walking through the door at the Tennessee Titans. That's going to help. But right now they're busy trying to put together this offense. And the thing that stood out to me the most was when Robert Saleh said why he wanted Daboll. He's like, so much of the NFL is so similar on offense. Brian Daboll's offense is different. It comes at you different as a defensive coordinator. And that's the thing I'm looking forward to seeing what he does. And then he also said he likes to see the game through the eyes of his quarterback, because while he might think somebody made a mistake, once he knows what that quarterback did, something he learned working with Josh Allen and Jackson Dart is see what they're seeing. And when you can put yourself into your quarterback's shoes, I think that makes you a better coach, because you're trying to help him be the best quarterback he can be.
Teresa, thank you as always for joining us. Consensual heart hands. We will see you next week. You're the best. That is Teresa Walker. You can always find her latest at the Associated Press. We will take a quick break. We will come back. NBA returns tonight. We'll talk a little bit about that. 4 days left of the Olympics. I have a new favorite event. I didn't think I could have a new favorite event this far into the Olympics, but I do. I watched it this morning. It's awesome. One of the greatest feats I've ever seen. We'll talk about it on the other side.
The heaviest metal credit card of all time. Rumored to be one of only 18 in existence. Plated with the very same tungsten that forged the International Space Station. And wielded at business dinners like a samurai sword. It's a classic corporate power move. But the real power move? Having end-to-end visibility on your most critical shipments. FedEx, the new power move.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey Grind City, got uninvited house guests? When it comes to bugs, we don't bluff. We Terminex it. Don't let a pest problem spin out of control. Our pest-free 365 Plus plan protects against up to 39 different kinds of pests. Even better, Grizz fans can take $50 off by visiting Terminex.com and enter code SAVE50. Terms apply. With more than 95 years of experience squashing pest issues big and small, we're set to square off against the toughest bugs out there.
How are you able to release and have an instrumental song become a huge deal?
And I forget who the disc jockey was, but he put the wrong side on. He put the Green Onions by mistake and played the B side instead of the A side.
No!
And that's when the change happened. These people started to call the station and say, play that song again.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
Just don't have. You're the other white meat. How can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it. I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
Now that's the new edition way.
I feel like there's another level we can take it to.
What you think, Mike?
2 steps ahead of you, Slick.
What's good, bro?
What you doing, man?
I'm in.
Woman, you don't even know what I'm getting ready to ask you.
Here's the vision. All 3 of us on the same stage every night.
Gonna be crazy.
No barriers, no separation.
It'll be like 9 kings and a queen.
The next level starts now.
Big Ben Bennett, do you have your new football coach over in Nashville?
We do, yes. Robert Saleh. This is why I'm stoked. Starting in 2019, number 2 total defense, number 5 total defense, number 3 total defense, number 4 total defense, number 3 total defense, number 3 total defense. This dude's going to have a good defense. Like, he's going to be able to turn their defense around, which has obviously been an issue.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Welcome back, welcome back. We have some breaking news. Jacob, can you throw the post up that you shared with us?
We never get breaking news.
I mean, it's not breaking news, it's a breaking story.
Still.
Where is this courtesy of? I can't see at the button. This is
Team's
the team's
official
statement of a report that has come out that the Bears appear to be close to announcing a move from Soldier Field to a new site in Hammond, Indiana. Indiana officials are meeting today to finalize a stadium bill after the Bears made it known that Hammond is their preferred site. This is their statement. The passage of SB 27 would mark the most meaningful step forward in our stadium planning efforts to date. We are committed to finishing the remaining site-specific necessary due diligence to support our vision to build a world-class stadium near the Wolf Lake area in Hammond, Indiana. We appreciate the leadership shown by Governor Brown, Speaker Houston, Senator Mishler, and members of the Indiana General Assembly in establishing this critical framework and path forward to deliver a premium venue for all of Chicagoland and a destination for Bears fans and visitors from across the globe. We are calling Hammond, Indiana, Chicagoland. We did look it up during the break. It's a 35-minute drive from Chicago to Hammond. So to call it Chicagoland kind of works. I'm trying to make it stick. Chicagoland.
That is, like, Soldier Field is one of the, like, pillars
Pinnacles
of stadiums here and in the NFL. I hate that they couldn't find a way to upgrade that and that the Bears are going to move to Chicagoland.
Chicagoland.
That's craziness. Do we know when they're going to move from Soldier Field to Chicagoland?
We don't.
Okay. I got to get up there. I got to one of the, like, checklist items like Lambeau. I want to get to Lambeau. I want to get to Hines. I want to get to the Rose Bowl. Want to get back to the Big House. Need to get to Neyland, obviously, but those are collegiate, and they aren't going to move. I don't have to worry about Knoxville, the UT Knox, moving from Knoxville to, I don't know, Smyrna or something like that, right?
Smyrna?
Yeah, but I have to, if I'm going to get to Soldier Field, I have to do so before the Bears go to Chicagoland. And whenever that is, like, that's sad, man.
The Indiana Bears just doesn't sound the same.
No, they get to still be Chicago.
Yeah, it's Chicagoland. Give it some zazz.
A little bit of zazz.
Apparently, the Illinois House Committee had a meeting this morning to hear on the Chicago Bears stadium bill,
God.
and they canceled the meeting.
Oh.
Seems like not the greatest move when you're in the midst of a potential move to Chicagoland.
Senior in the chat.
Is this Disneyland?
Senior in the chat brings up what are the Chicagoland rides? Think about that. Senior brings this up in the
bean.
Chat. What's wrong with you?
Everything.
Why are you're turning yourself red? Breathe. You're crying. It would be nice if you had something on underneath the hoodie. You could take that off when it got hot. This children, is why we put shirts on underneath our hoodies. Because I'm hot now, too.
Here.
Watch what I can do, everybody.
Congratulations. I don't learn from my mistakes.
Look at that. Now I got a nice breeze blowing through. Now you can crack all the jokes you want to. I can laugh hysterically now.
Oh, man.
And still stay cool. Still stay cool. No, show your face. Stop.
I'm so sad for the...
And you already didn't put the makeup on the right way.
Fans.
You didn't put the makeup on the wrong way.
You're right.
Now it's going to run down your face.
No,
or
I
something.
forgot to put any under eye. I told CJ I teach them about makeup all the time. Go to the beach for 4 days, don't wear any makeup the whole time. Forgot how to do the thing. Forgot to put under eye stuff on. Forgot to put powder on.
So when you cry, does that?
No, now I have nothing to cry.
Oh, okay.
Because normally I would have stuff under here that would then get all mushy, but don't worry, I don't, because
Good.
I'm not crying because I said anything
You're crying.
wrong.
No, you're crying. You're crying because you're sad about Chicagoland.
Exactly.
And the bean ride.
It's so funny.
Is it? Because I'm telling you right now, I don't get the joke, and I don't think anybody else gets the joke. Look at her. This is terrible. I apologize if you're consuming this by listening, because it's just a whole lot of laughing going on, and we're supposed to say words. But if you're watching, this is incredible. This is an incredible moment. I'm sending this to Courtney for the next commercial.
Yesterday, I'm gonna have to go get more today. Ooh, okay.
All right,
we're back. I'm fine. This is very serious for our fine friends in Chicago.
I had a point. Oh,
I have no idea what it was.
I hope like hell it's not a dome. Do not dome it. Please don't. No domes, man.
You know it's going to be a dome.
It can't. Come on.
It's absolutely going to be a dome.
Don't dome it. Let the football be played the way that the football creators intended it to be. Just out in the... They might dome the bean, Jacob. The bean might get domed. You stop. You're the one doing it. Control yourself.
This has been a problem my whole life.
Yourself.
I can't. When I get the giggles.
You're past the giggles, G.
Oh God. Okay, we're fine. We're back. We're a serious sports show.
Are we? Are you sure?
Talking about very serious discussions and serious.
You're gonna have
things.
to break that joke down for me also, because I missed it.
Yes, you do.
No.
Okay, we're not. I can't go back.
Because what does that have to do with Chicago land? Okay.
Chicago land. It's insane.
I just don't dome it.
Anyway,
move it. Don't dome it.
No, don't move it.
Don't dome it. Like sometimes that happens. God. Sometimes you just like,
but
okay,
it
there's
feel
nothing.
good.
It doesn't feel good. And
it feels awful.
Yeah.
I understand that the technicality of the Jets play in New Jersey, and they are the New York Jets, and the Giants play in New Jersey, and they are the New York Giants. But that just feels different. Like Jersey just feels like a natural extension of New York City, and I guess that's what they're trying to do with Chicagoland and Hammond, Indiana. I would have preferred Gary, Indiana. It makes for better jokes, if we're being honest. It just sounds funnier. But ultimately, it looks like this is really happening. So, yikes.
Let them play outside in the nature. That's the fun thing about football, getting those weather games, getting those really, really cold games. Let them do it. Let's go.
Chat pointed out we both cried on the show this week.
I've never cried a day in my life.
I can't believe I missed you crying.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I can't believe it.
Never cried.
All right. 4 days left of the Winter Olympics. Today is huge. I started my day watching Skimo. We talked about ski mountaineering, which is the new event that debuted today. I finally get it. Like, we were kind of joking about it. What is it? Like, skiing, and you carry skis somewhere. Yeah, no, it's insane. You ski up a mountain, and then you take your skis off, and you put your skis on your back, and then you run up a staircase with the skis on your back, and then you put your skis back on, and you go up the mountain a little more, and then what goes up must come down, so then you ski down the mountain, and you do it all in about like a 3-minute interval. So logistically, they strap these things on the bottom of the skis that give them better grip. So when you're going up the hill, because it's like a pretty good incline. It's a significant incline that they're going up. And then you obviously take off the skis, you run up the steps, I think it's a 50-meter climb up a snowy staircase, and then you ultimately go zoom back down the mountain. It's fantastic. It's basically like skiing if chairlifts had never been invented. Like, imagine you had to run all the way up the mountain in order to ski down the mountain. That's Skimo.
Okay, now imagine you had to drive a race car to get to the start of the racetrack before you run the 100. We're just making sports up.
Yes.
We're just creating stuff for people to medal in over here.
Is it a sport? They tell me it is.
Sha'Carri Richardson, all right, she's got a 2-mile, she's got to race her NASCAR for 2 miles, or her IndyCar for 2 miles, just to get to the starting gate of the 100, and then when she gets there, she sprints. The 100-meter dash.
It's incredible.
What are we?
Or what if like you told
What are we doing?
like basketball relay, you run a mile and then you play an 8-minute quarter.
Or you do a hot shot. You do a hot shot
challenge.
competition.
Yeah. This could go back to our cardathon. Included in the card hopping of the tables, you would also have to run first or participate in some significant athletic event that really gets the heart rate up. It really is just an extension of biathlon. Because one of the whole points of biathlon is when you shoot, the feat that you're attempting to accomplish is to slow down your heart rate enough that you can shoot and accurately hit a target. Because if your heart rate's going crazy and your hands are shaking, you can't do anything. So like this does the same thing almost in this game of cards.
Yeah.
To level yourself back.
Keep it calm.
Keep it calm. Incredible. That sounds fun. Anyway, Skimo was awesome.
That sounds fun. Skimo sounds fun to you?
It feels like you would feel really accomplished by doing it.
By running up the mountain and skiing down, it feels like you accomplished something?
Yes.
Okay.
Extra.
Okay.
Like I'd brag to all the other ski events. I'm like, oh, you ski down the mountain? Cool. Or like the cross country, oh, you go up the mountain? Cool. No, I'm a ski mower. I go up and down in skis and in boots.
You should surprise Chris with a trip to
Skimo?
To a ski range. Y'all get on y'all skis.
Ski range? Is that what you called it?
A ski range. What's it called? Is it not a ski range?
I mean,
what do we call the places where people ski?
a slope.
Okay, cool.
The slopes.
The ski range
Got it.
slope.
Hit the slopes.
Yeah, take them there, and then y'all skimo. Y'all run up the mountain, run up the hill, and then ski down, and see how accomplished you guys feel.
Skiing is already like one of the best workout. Like you ski and you're like, I could eat 5,000 calories after one day of skiing. Doing that, man.
I wonder how many calories they have to consume.
Probably a ton.
Because you got to practice also, so you got to do that, 3 or 4 times in a practice, maybe?
Yeah.
Huh.
USA women play Canada today in the final, the gold medal match. U.S. has won 7 straight against our rivals to the north on the women's side. The women's hockey team has just dominated this Olympics. A 31-1 scoring differential through the Olympics thus far. They have been pretty incredible. It would be awesome if we got USA Canada in women and hopefully get USA Canada in men's as well. I missed the men's hockey game yesterday. I slept right through it. I slept for like 6 hours yesterday afternoon. I wish I'd watched it. It was awesome. Overtime, USA wins. Yay. But still gives the opportunity for that dream to happen.
If we play Canada in hockey and we beat the men and women's Canadian hockey teams,
don't go here.
We should get a Providence.
No.
We should. No. Not the whole country.
You can't joke about this
Not the whole
anymore.
Country. Not the whole
it's
one.
Not funny anymore.
Not the whole country, but a part of it. Quebec.
Which one you want?
Is Quebec one?
That is one.
Or is that a city? We should get Quebec. Is Quebec a city or a Providence?
It's a really great
It doesn't matter
question.
once we get it, we'll rename it.
It's a Providence.
Yeah, give us Quebec.
It's one of the 10.
We'll call it, I don't know.
I think I like Nova Scotia.
All right.
Just because I like the name.
Let's get Nova. We're changing the name. You know we're changing it. Welcome to Donaldtopia.
Chicagoland.
Chicagoland.
That kind of has a similar feel to it, honestly.
Donaldtopia.
It extends to Finland as well.
Are we going all the way to Finland?
No, I'm not Greenland. My bad.
Oh, okay. You say that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, I have to be specific. I have to be
I
very
thought news
specific.
that broke that we wanted Finland also.
You're right. My bad.
Because Finland is pretty close to Greenland, according to my... Are you just going to do that from now on?
Yeah, it kind of hits.
All right. Are you going to do it with other places?
Maybe.
Like everything that ends in land? So
Cleveland! It doesn't go as well with
It doesn't go with Cleveland?
No, that's just there. If you wanted to like extend Cleveland to be outside of Cleveland, then you could go back to like the Believeland. And you could be like, Believeland! It extends from, where's the closest place Cleveland could extend to?
Toledo?
Yeah.
Okay.
So wipe out Toledo and call
So
it
I guess
Believeland.
Chicagoland.
Yeah.
It would technically be Cleveland land, right? Like you
if
have to
you
throw
wanted
land
to
on the
get
end of the
spicy
Cleveland.
with it,
Ooh,
you
I
could
love
throw it
spicy.
into Detroit. What if you
Okay.
started calling Detroit Believeland because it's part of the general vicinities? That'd be nuts.
You know, that's why the rivalry with Michigan and Ohio State exists.
Yeah.
Because
That's so close.
we're supposed to, Michigan is supposed to have Toledo. The University of Michigan is supposed to be in Toledo.
My hometown.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to
You're
the
almost
Leeds.
born in Michigan territory.
So close. And instead, Perrysburg Hospital. The other final today that I will be watching is the figure skating women's finals, and I'm ready to be hurt again. But I will sit down and I will watch the whole thing and inevitably probably cry. Alyssa losing third, though. She has a real chance. It's been 20 years.
Watch her fall down 18 times. What do we call? Is it ice dancing or figure skating?
Ice dancing.
Okay, ice dancing and
the men's
and the women's relay. We just don't get right.
Yeah.
We're faster than everybody else. We just cannot pass that damn baton.
We've lost snowboarding.
When
To
you
the
say
Japanese.
when you say we lost, did we not medal?
Yeah, we've like lost the sport.
All right.
The sport that we invented.
I saw somebody, I can't remember which Winter Olympian it was. She was favored to win gold. She ended up winning silver. And a question came her way about, hey, do you feel like you lost gold or won silver or something along those lines? And I think she had a really, really good answer. It was one of those.
It's the controversial one, right?
What's controversial?
Was it a woman
Yeah.
who answered the question?
Yeah.
She's the one who's from the U.S. but competes for China.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did not realize that.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's not ours. She's China's.
No, yeah. She's
Okay.
not.
So Chinese woman or
Yes. Competes for China. China athlete.
American athlete competes for China. This was a
Yeah.
white woman, like from over here.
Oh, okay.
She was from over here.
Okay, that's not.
So I'll try and figure that out. Either way it goes, the answer was really, really good.
Okay.
She delves
I
into it.
think it's true. It's
So
just
do
an
you-
honor to be there. And if you podium, like, you're one
But
of the best in the world.
we don't allow that in any sports over here.
And it's so sad.
We don't have like the Broncos and the who did the Seahawks beat in the NFC Championship game? Why am I blanking on that?
The Rams?
Broncos and the Rams didn't play for third.
No.
They didn't play for third. We get one championship.
Mm-hmm.
We get to the Final Four, and if you lose,
We don't talk about
we don't
you.
talk about you.
Unless you're like a special case, like a Loyola Chicago.
Yeah.
I'll still give them some. I always think of George Mason.
Right.
Back in the day. But yeah, no, you're right.
Dwayne Wade's Marquette, I think. Either
Yeah,
way it goes.
yeah.
But typically we don't. I can't even remember who the hell made it to the conference finals last year in the NBA. And we just don't talk about them. They don't get to play for third. There's not, all right, here's the NBA finals where one team will get gold, one team will get silver. And hey, here's the third place playoff series where, I don't know, Timberwolves and the Knicks match up and play for third in the NBA. Only in the Olympics are we as Americans like kind of satisfied with medaling, podiuming.
Was Thunder Nuggets conference finals?
No, I don't think it
or
was.
was that semifinals?
I thought it was semifinals. Listen, it happened so long ago, I can't remember.
It did happen so long.
Because I thought Nuggets Clippers and then Nuggets Thunder and then Thunder.
Oh, it was Thunder Timberwolves.
Yeah, Thunder
Yeah.
Timberwolves.
And
Yeah,
Timberwolves
and-
beat the Warriors. Yes.
Yeah.
NBA season is back tonight. Is there any one storyline that interests you the most as we move into the? I'm putting you on the spot, but
What did the Pistons do?
yeah.
Typically, you got to get several playoff scars for me to believe in you. But hell, the Thunder showed last year you don't need a whole bunch of them. Get good all of a sudden if you got the right pieces. And this Pistons team bounced in the first round of last year's playoffs, but gave the Knicks, if I remember correctly, everything they could handle and some. And they've been beating the hell out of the Knicks this season. Are they for real?
They play tonight, so that's the number one game of the 10 tonight that I'm most interested in. The Athletic Pulse had a thing on the Pistons yesterday where they just really laid it out of how well the Pistons are playing, and it's kind of mind-boggling that they are not the obvious choice when you say who you're taking out of the East. Pretty clearly seems like the Pistons should be the favorite in that category. Best net rating in the East, second best in the NBA, fifth best offensive rating in the East, 10th best in the NBA, best defensive rating in the East, second best in the NBA, 21-6 at home, 18-7 on the road, which is best in the East, 26-7 in conference play, best in the East, 17-6 against 500 or better teams, best in the East, and 23-9 in clutch games, best in the East. That is the Detroit Pistons. I am interested in the Celtics, though. This Jason Tatum thing will intrigue me the rest of the way.
He's not coming. Why are we doing this?
Because he might.
He might not. No, he might. He might not.
No, he might.
No, he won't. No, he won't. No,
I
he
did
won't.
just watch Damian Lillard win the three-point contest.
Did you see Damian Lillard slide at all? Did you see him defend at all?
I did not see him move his legs in lateral ways that would make me think.
Did he do anything off the bounce, off the dribble? Did you see Dame box anybody out?
No. Did I see him fall? No.
Okay. All right.
But what if they do?
All right.
I'm intrigued enough. Someone in the chat also pointed out Spurs-Suns tonight should be a good one. Agree. And I'm interested Rockets-Hornets, those surging Charlotte Hornets. Does it continue coming out of the
what if the Charlotte
All-Star break?
Hornets?
What if the Charlotte Hornets really make the playoffs?
The playoffs? What if it could happen. It might happen. The Charlotte Hornets surge their way to an NBA Finals appearance.
Okay, let's...
That we're bumping the brakes on. But a dude we saw go down with what, Achilles?
Yes,
Achilles?
Achilles.
In May? Late May? Oh, he's gonna be ready to go. He's gonna be ready to go soon. Get out of here.
He's 40 weeks out.
He's 40 weeks out of what?
Tearing it. Surgery. He got surgery right after. He's the first test case of, like, if you can get the quickest surgery imaginable on your Achilles, how fast can you get back?
All right.
I believe in
if he comes
medical
back,
miracles.
If he comes back, I want him tested. I want him tested immediately.
Yeah. All right, NBA back tonight. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Theater Thursday. CJ went to the theater. Had to get my theater tickets away. Felt sad about it. Didn't get the chance to see The Sound of Music at the Orpheum, but CJ will tell us how it was. Plus, we'll have an intriguing discussion after the latest rumor. There's always a new rumor about who is going to be the next James Bond. And we had an intriguing one come out this week. We'll get into it with some movie news. We're getting closer and closer to the Oscars, too, when we come back.
Own the 2025-26 Grizzlies season with the 10-game Flex Pack, the ultimate way to catch all the action on your terms. Choose your favorite matchups from intense rivalries to weekend thrillers and customize your pack to fit your schedule. With 10 games to pick, you'll never miss the moments that matter most. Visit Grizzlies.com/packs today to build your perfect ticket pack and cheer on the Grizzlies your way. It's your team, your season, and your schedule. So don't miss out.
Nate Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzly stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis.
The long goodbye begins. A very special evening with Journey. Final Frontier Tour. Journey. Tickets are on sale now at journeymusic.com. Your chance to say goodbye to the songs that changed our lives. Journey. Final Frontier Tour.
Big Bennett, do you have your new football coach over in Nashville?
We do, yes. Robert Saleh. This is why I'm stoked. Starting in 2019, number 2 total defense, number 5 total defense, number 3 total defense, number 4 total defense, number 3 total defense, number 3 total defense. This dude's going to have a good defense. Like, he's going to be able to turn their defense around, which has obviously been an issue.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Grizz Nation, you don't have to wait until summer for the ultimate hoops experience with the Junior Grizzlies. Boys and girls ages 6 to 14 can build skills and boost confidence at Junior Grizzlies Spring Camps presented by Ortho South. Find a camp near you and register today at grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies. Time for a little Theater Thursday to finish today's show. We did have I can't call it a tragic passing. The man lived to be 95 years old, so a life to be celebrated in Robert Duvall, who passed away this week at the age of 95. I don't think it's hyperbolic to say that he was the greatest actor of our generation, or of a generation, of many generations. He had film credits for 7 decades. His first film credit was in 1960, and his last was in 2022. That's an absurd one. He lived long enough, he worked long enough to play the 76ers general manager in that Adam Sandler Hustle movie. That's the last time I watched Robert Duvall in something. But when you think about the run that he had with Godfather 1 and 2, Apocalypse Now, Great Santini, Natural, Network, which is one of my favorite movies of all time, MASH, The Apostle, which is criminally underrated. Just everything he touched was good. And he had that like gravitas of a great actor when he would pop up. One of my favorite off the beaten path Robert Duvall movies is Kicking and Screaming. Yeah! Loved Kicking and Screaming. Co-starred the great Jeremy Bergman. Are you familiar with Jeremy Bergman?
Wait, tell me what he did in Kicking and Screaming.
He was just one of the kids. He's done he's done everything. A little-known actor. He was my fraternity little brother at USC.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, so I always joke because Kicking and Screaming is one of my favorite movies. But the fact that like Robert Duvall pops up in that, wasn't Mike Ditka in that too?
I think so, yeah. Because he was coaching Will Ferrell up on How to Coach. Yeah.
But he just had so much range from like serious roles to comedic roles to everything in between. And he really was one of those great actors you'll remember.
I hadn't seen it, and so get ready to yell at me, but I hadn't seen Godfather 2. But apparently there's a scene where everybody's sitting around the table and then they all get up to leave with their orders. And apparently that's how everybody's left this earth. Yeah. So he's the next one is only one dude left at the table, and it's Al Pacino. So
put Al Pacino in a bubble. How old is Al?
Put him in a bubble. Isn't he 90?
He's 85.
Doesn't he have like a 2-year-old also? Yes. Yeah, put him in a bubble. That baby needs a daddy. That baby needs a daddy. Put him in the bubble.
His son Roman was born in 2023 with his then girlfriend.
Yo, check. At 80, you can't be having girlfriends, man. At 80?
Men just live different lives.
All thanks to the blue pill.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible what can be invented when men's comfort is on the line.
Comfort?
Enjoyment.
Yeah,
happiness.
When the penis is on the line. You can say the penis is on the line. When the penis is on the line, amazing what we can achieve.
I've already gone over my PIP meeting potential
I can't wait for you to
for
have
the
that.
day.
You said didn't explain the joke to me. You're going to have to explain it again.
Yeah. All right, you saw Sound of Music at the Orpheum this week.
I did.
It is playing through the rest of
That was my first
the
time
weekend.
ever seeing it.
Had you ever seen the movie?
I don't know.
Okay.
We had a legit argument, the wife and I did, about whether or not she forced me to watch this
Sound
movie.
of Music.
I don't think so, because I didn't know that that's where songs came from. So a few of my favorite things.
That's crazy.
I've never heard it all the way through.
Yeah.
Never heard it all the way through. So I hear it in snippets and commercials and on like TV shows and in movies whenever it pops up, but never heard it all the way through. And they start to sing it. I'm like, oh, is this like a jukebox musical? Like, why are they singing this song? And then this is supposed to be sung here. It was the first time I left the theater with that earworm up here. And a few of my favorite things has been stuck in my head since seeing it on Tuesday. And that's the first time it's ever happened to me.
Do Re Mi.
Do Re Mi's not stuck, but Do Re Mi is a fun little song to sing.
Fun little ditty.
Yeah. I thought it was good. I thought it was good. The people singing did a really good job. It was so very, very jarring to be in front of Nazi flags.
Yes.
It threw me.
Spoiler alert.
I was like, this feels very similar to me. Like, as I'm watching everything play out, I know what's supposed to happen. I know what's going on. This feels like when Quentin Tarantino uses the N-word in his movies, where it's like, I understand it's art. I understand what you're trying to do. Don't think it's necessary. In Tarantino's case, don't think you need to use it all the time, dog. Like, I understand racism exists. Django, I get it. But you don't got to have every other word out of DiCaprio's mouth be the N-word. Come on, man. Just sitting there for 8, 9, 10 minutes maybe with those flags. It was like, ooh, I don't like this. And I started to clap when the flags came down. Like, oh, thank God they're gone. Thank you. Get those the hell up out of here.
Get these away from me, please. It's interesting. I did really want to see this when it was in town, and I just didn't feel very well yesterday still, hence the IV and fluids and all that jazz. But I was curious of watching it through a 2026 lens. I recently had the chance to see a revival of another musical. There's two musicals that I think do a really incredible job of telling a story where you're along for the ride and you're like, this is a sweet story. This is an interesting, I'm caught up in the allure of the world that you're building. And then they hit you with a pretty effective punch of, oh, this is actually a story about fascism and Nazi Germany and everything that was going on in the communities around that don't get as much, we talk so much about the event of the Holocaust itself, but just the people living their lives around it and their relations within that. And Cabaret does it well. And my mom and I saw Cabaret, I think it was maybe 2 years ago now with Eddie Redmayne. And man, it just, you could hear a pin drop when they have their moment where the reveal happens and it's the swastika armband, and you're like, holy, this makes me uncomfortable right now. And I was curious how that would play out with The Sound of Music. But I did tell myself, if I really want to watch it, I can watch the superior version of The Sound of Music, which I do think it is one of the very few musicals in this world where the movie is always better.
The Muppets version?
Yeah, exactly. No, the Julie Andrews. Julie Andrews was that girl. I was talking to my friend who saw Sound of Music here, and she said, one, she learned that her grandma never let her watch the second part of it, which is when the reveal happens, which cracked me up. And one of those things like parents trying to protect kids from, I don't know, the larger stories, or maybe not having to tell those stories when you're so young and just enjoying the kids frolicking through the field with their makeshift clothes that their nanny, former nun, made, who's going to fall in love with their dad. And ooh, that's sweet. And I'm 16 going on 17 and not thinking about how that's kind of a creepy song.
For the most of it, up until the Nazi part, I was like, oh, this is just the nanny.
Yeah.
This is the nanny. That's Fran Drescher up on stage.
She's fighting against the glamorous Frau Schneider, whatever the Frau was in this one. But it did remind me, Julie Andrews was just so wildly talented and was such a special actress, and particularly a musical theater actress. And I know she continued to do much work, and we didn't get to hear her sing. I think she had a vocal surgery, if I remember correctly, that led to her not being able to sing as much. And I always think about what the world would have been like if Julie Andrews could have performed her entire life in the way that she did when she was at her peak. And that's one of those things, one of those what ifs. We talk about what ifs in sports all the time and injuries. We don't have those as much in film. I guess we kind of do. Christopher Reeves with Superman and then becoming paralyzed, what his career would have been without that injury. I often think what Julie Andrews' career would have been without that particular thing.
A lot of them in theater and film, the person dies early. So it's not like
or music,
injury.
especially
music. It's not an injury similar to Brandon Roy, where it is that person is still here. Derrick Rose is still here. Penny Hardaway still here. We see them. They're okay, but what could have been? The ones that immediately came to mind. You bring Cobain, Chadwick Boseman.
Amy Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse. Like those types of things typically happen in art. Joplin, where we lose that person entirely. Not that they're injured, still around, still relatively okay, but they just can't do the thing anymore.
Yeah. All right, you sent an interesting little article that sent me into searching, where did this come from? Jacob Elordi, rumored to have been offered James Bond role. And I said, that feels like something that is absolutely, reportedly, allegedly, might be on the fringe of, is this a real story? So I went searching.
Hey, wait. That's from Yahoo. I got that from Yahoo. So if Yahoo's not to be trusted, then I don't know who I can trust anymore at this.
That mandatory is Yahoo?
Yeah, it came from
What's mandatory?
Yahoo. I don't know why they put that stamp up there. And
I'm seeing that specific article coming from something called mandatory.com/news.
I grabbed it from Yahoo.
Okay.
So maybe Yahoo grabbed it from
maybe
them.
It's an aggregation
type
thing.
But I got it from Yahoo, damn it.
Well, I see USA Today says, has Jacob Elordi been offered James Bond?
See?
What we know on the rumor.
See?
And that's where I learned where the rumor popped up from.
Where?
Dumois. I've told you about Dumois before. I've told you about
Dumois.
You got a little, well, I wouldn't say you got, one cannot be Dumois, but one can be led to convincing themselves that something is more true than it is because someone dropped a rumor or a piece of information on Dumois and then they throw it out into the universe.
I absolutely remember us talking about Dumois.
I'm sure you do.
But for those of you,
it's a gossip site.
Okay.
It's a, they call themselves the curators of pop culture. And so they take, like referrals, information, notes from people who send them in and then put them out into the universe under this, don't blame us if this isn't true, but we heard from somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody that this person's dating this person or this person was offered this role or all of the above.
Very Lady Bridgerton of them.
It is. Yeah. It's very like Gossip Girl, honestly, is what I always think. I enjoy Dumois quite a bit. But I do take what they say with a grain of salt. However, I would be curious if Jacob Elordi has been offered the role of James Bond.
Like, is he James Bond? You see Elordi, do you say, okay, all right.
I don't.
Okay.
And it got me thinking, what is a James Bond? Like, what's the most important combination of factors that makes a James Bond? And you got to be smashing and dashing. And Jacob Elordi is very hot. Jacob Elordi is a great actor, nominated for an Academy Award for Frankenstein, which I still need to watch. In Wuthering Heights right now, out with Margot Robbie, and everybody's talking about the chemistry there. Saw him in Euphoria, had great, dramatic turns. I like Jacob Elordi. I just don't see him as James Bond. But who is James Bond?
There's a suaveness to Bond, like a smoothness,
debonair,
like debonair, very much. Who has that?
So we were talking about this before the show, and we haven't had a James Bond since 2021.
Okay.
So that's a long time. That's like 5 years?
Yes, 2026.
And that was Daniel Craig's last. Mm-hmm. And I think we missed out on a window for Idris Elba. He has been who has come to my mind for someone who would make a good James Bond in the period of time of us talking about who should be the next James Bond replacing Daniel Craig. I will say, I can no longer say it, and he's aged out. And I think he was actually aged out when I thought that he should be the next James Bond because he's 53, but he looks younger than that or appeared younger than that.
You want to say it, should I?
Happy Black History Month.
Thank you. Black don't crack.
There you go. Thank you for pulling it out there. So I don't know just like who is great. I was thinking through this list of names that I saw. Reggae-Jean Page, the Bridgerton guy, I'm not really feeling that. Paul Mescal, who I am in love with.
And I confused with Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, he was like, Paul Mescal's too old. I said, Paul Mescal's 30. What are you, a casting director in the 90s? Like,
only for women.
Exactly, yeah. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
I'm really in the we were treated dirty because I watched the America's Next Top Model documentary on Netflix, which we'll talk about next week in TV Tuesday. But oh boy, people always bring up Tom Hardy.
Isn't he too old?
He's now...
Tom Hardy got to be my
Oh my God,
age.
he's 48?
Yeah, Tom.
Oh, out. Out. Too old.
What about Theo James? What about Theo?
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not against Theo James.
Okay.
I like the actor who played Rob Stark. And I never know his name, but I just call him the actor who played Rob Stark.
Isn't he too old?
No, I don't think so. I think he's a little younger.
The black-haired dude?
Yes.
The one who got banished up to the...
No,
Okay.
that's Jon Snow.
Okay, all right, here we go.
I'm talking about Rob Stark.
All
Richard Madden. He was born in 86.
So
that
39.
would... Thank you.
You're welcome.
He's right under the... I think you have to be under 40. That's my take.
Okay.
So I think he would fit. I think he would work in this mix of things. Someone always brings up Henry Cavill. Superman.
Again, too old. Too old and too big.
You can't be Superman and James Bond. That does not work.
Like he'd have to redo
And he's 42.
He'd have to redo his whole body.
Tom Hiddleston? No.
No, again, too old.
I'm too creepy.
Hiddleston got to be like 46,
Hiddleston's
47.
a villain. Not a Bond.
I don't agree with that. I think he can be the right type of a hero he could fit.
Luke Evans? Which one's that?
Luke Evans.
Oh. No.
What about Chalamet?
No.
Why not?
Timothée Chalamet doesn't have to play everybody.
If he's good enough to, why not? Does he not have some of that?
He's close.
He's close. Okay.
But I don't, again, okay. Forgive me. Too skinny.
He'd have to season himself
too
up.
skinny.
He'd have to put on some man weight.
James Bond is a man.
He's a man.
And not an artiste man.
Not a young man.
And there's nothing wrong with an artiste man.
At all.
Starving artiste,
Nothing
very
wrong with
hot. That's honestly like Paul Mescal to me, even though he bulked up a little bit for Hamnet. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he always looks good. He's just not like
He's got
man.
to be a man.
Yes.
Not-
boyish looks to them.
A man. There's a you got to smell like wood chips when you come through here. You got to smell like cognac and cigars. Like you got to have a nice little masculine manliness to you. But you can't be lumberjacky because I think that's what
correct.
What's Henry's last name?
Cavill.
Superman. I think that's what Cavill's
I
problem
agree.
is. He is again beautiful man, wonderful specimen, but he is too broad, too big. There's an in between there. You don't have to have a wiry build, but you can't have the wiry build. You can't have the bulky bear build. You need to be nice and lean there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who's Henry Golding?
Why does that name sound familiar?
Oh, the Crazy Rich Asians guy.
Oh, is he Asian?
Mm-hmm.
No.
You think James Bond has to be white?
James Bond
That's your hot
has
take.
to be white.
I also think James Bond has to be a woman. I mean, I'm not a woman. Specifically not a woman.
James Bond is a white dude.
I hate when people are like, you should have the first, not a James Bond girl. James Bond is the, no. It's a different character.
There's no need for that.
It's a different character.
No, make that a completely different thing.
I think it could have been Idris Elba. But they missed the opportunity. It was like 10 years ago.
I don't. I think Idris Elba could have been Alex Cross, right? Like you could have done something from a spy perspective, using Idris Elba, not because he wouldn't have been great as Bond, but because like everybody needs their own thing sometimes. Like,
Sure.
Let them have. You guys got James Bond, dog. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Y'all can have it. Just create things for other looking people, other than sexy ass white dude every now and then. We'd appreciate it.
Maybe there's an unknown.
There's definitely unknown.
Remember Josh Connor, but again, somebody who is too boyish.
Has the next James Bond announced himself? Not announced, but has he been in something that we've all seen already?
Could it be introducing blank
Yeah.
as James Bond?
Yeah.
Interesting theory. I'd like that. I miss the unknown. We know everyone now because we're in such a hyper social media era where everybody's career is tracked so meticulously until they, like, no one bursts onto the scene. This would be a fun burst onto the scene role for somebody someday. All right, that'll do it for today's show. Last day without a Grizzlies game. I mean, obviously there's days without Grizzlies games, but it's been a long time since we had a Grizzlies game, and they do return tomorrow, so we'll talk about that when Lang Whitaker joins
Last day
the
without
show.
a Grizzlies game since
Whatever the day
pre-All-Star break.
was.
Since when did they play? Last Wednesday.
I also shudder to remind people this as well. Oops, I just pulled up the college football schedule instead of the college basketball schedule. Oh, they don't play tonight. I thought Memphis played tonight. That put South Florida tomorrow.
What does that have to do with anything?
Oh, wait, no, today's Thursday. They do play tonight. That's what I thought. They play at South Florida, ESPN 2, 6 o'clock tonight at the Youngling Center in Tampa. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll wrap up the week. I hope everyone has a wonderful Thursday. We'll see you later. Bye.